Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of NCW, also known as New Comic Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, we chat for a few minutes every Wednesday about Zenescope's newest releases. And if you don't know who I am your NCW host, Amber. To find Zenescope's latest releases, you will go to zenescope.com, press new releases, and then you'll be able to see everything that has released within the last year. To go back and watch past NCWs to learn about other releases, you can always go to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe so you can hang out with me every Wednesday at 3 p.m. for NCW. On top of that, you'll also want to find where our newest releases is besides the web store. You can find them at your local brick and mortar shop, or you can also find them on Comixology. Today, we have two new releases that we'll be chatting about, and we will once again have Jenna Lynn Wright on for the third time. I went from never having her on to having her 3 times in like a month, and, you know, nobody's sad about it. Let's be real. I'm excited that I get to hang out with all my friends today. I see that my boy Robert is in the stream. I just want you to know that I signed that toy car for you. I gave it to Kiera to have Joe sign it for the VIP stream. We're gonna find out if he does it, but you'll have the only toy car that is signed by me and potentially Joe. So what a win for you. As always, hi Chuck, hi Aaron, hi Raven. Excited to be spending my Wednesday with you. So up first, we will be talking about Grimm and our 2021 holiday special. That is $8.99 in the web store. And as always, we have really long titles for stuff. So as mentioned, Grimm Universe presents quarterly 2021 holiday special. We have 3 covers. Here is cover A. Ooh, I'm liking cover A. It gives away what happens in the holiday special, but then also kind of doesn't because there's so much on here. But I'm digging cover A. Here's cover B. I love cover B. Flight attendant. I feel like the bow makes it Christmassy. I like all the people dead. This reminds me a lot, and I said this last time, this reminds me of Say Cheese and Die, like Goosebumps, where, you know, everyone's like dead on the camera. And here is cover C. Yeah. Ooh, look at the vibrant purple in the background of this. I love, love, love. So as always, these are our 3 covers for Grimm Universe Presents Quarterly 2021 Holiday Special. And for you guys that don't know, our holiday special comes out every holiday. So every holiday we do something like this. It will always be Christmas themed stories. It will always be an anthology. I do like all the dead people. That is very, very true, Pat. So, yep. Without further ado, I will be reading the synopsis and then I will bring on Jenna. 'Tis the season, as they say, whether you find comfort in traveling to a new destination, by burying yourself in Scrooge-like work, or surrounding yourself with loved ones. Whatever your preference this holiday, Special has the story for you. From flesh-eating demons to undead presents, or a sacrifice or two in true Zenescope fashion, be sure to check your pull list twice and secure this horror-filled book is under your tree. 72 pages dripping with holiday fear. How creepy. Okay, without further ado, I am welcoming on writer Jenna Lynn Wright.
Hello, hello, hello.
Jenna, is this our first time meeting?
I feel like you're a complete stranger to me. This isn't familiar at all.
I'm so glad to have you on. Everybody in the office makes fun of me because they're like, you have a girl crush on Jenna. And I was like, she's so talented. How can I not?
Totally reciprocal. And I love in the comments, I can see that everyone's like, people are like the pink twins. And I'm like, yeah, basically. And then one of these days I'm going to show up with like blue hair and people aren't going to know what to do.
But I'm also going to show up with blue hair and we like coordinated on the off screen.
Perfect.
So the holiday special has a couple of stories. How many stories are in the holiday special?
There is a wraparound one, and then there's 3 shorter stories, like anthology like.
And they all take place starting off at the airport. What airport are they starting off at?
They're at McCarran Airport. They're in Las Vegas, the city that never, no, not the city that never sleeps. It's where everything that happens there stays there.
Yes. City that never sleeps is New York.
New York, which I should know because I lived there once, so I don't know where that came from.
Why was Vegas the setting for this?
I think it's because it's the city that when you think about cities in America or North America, it's the one that you kind of most associate with people maybe doing like living hedonistically or shady things, or like there's like an undercurrent maybe of, yeah, Sin City, exactly, of people maybe doing things they shouldn't. And so Krampus is here to give all the naughty girls and boys what they deserve.
Ooh, so speaking of the naughty boys and girls, were any of the characters in these stories, because there were a bunch of characters, were any of them based on people that you know? Do you find yourself writing and saying, oh, this kind of sounds like somebody?
You know what? On this one, I feel like this is the first one I've done where everybody was completely made up. Like, I'm thankful to say that I've never had a boss that was as terrible as any of these people, a friend that was as terrible as any of these people. No, this one was the first one that was completely made up, I feel like, whole cloth.
That's not fun. There's no fun stories then, Jenna.
I know. I'm so sorry. This all came up out of my brain, which is maybe worse.
So you have a lot of stories that you're writing. When you write anthology stories, it's not just one continual storyline. There is one that wraps around, but they're smaller stories. Does that get really complicated as a writer?
In a way it does, but on the other hand, it's such a small time with each of the characters that it's almost easier to write these kind of bite-sized chunks than it is to keep one person going through 64 or 72 pages. So it's kind of nice to also, I feel like I like to jump around a lot. So it's like I get to jump to one, to the next, and everything always stays fresh. And then when you're writing about terrible people, it's kind of just fun to let the worst side of you come out and just be like, if I was the worst person in the world, here's what I would say. And then you just put it on the page.
Don't you love that with Zenescope, especially again in our Tales of Terror when we have Carries come in? Like, we literally have the worst characters. Like, do people like this exist? But I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like there are bits and pieces of these characters that people would recognize in people in their everyday life. It's just taken to the extreme.
Yeah. It just makes me laugh. So are you a Christmas person?
I love Christmas. Christmas and Halloween are my two favorites.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Scrooged.
Wow.
Yeah. Scrooge is probably number one. And then I always love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So those are probably my top two.
Are you a Christmas horror person?
Oh, yeah. I wish there was more, to be honest.
Same.
Maybe I'll have to get on that. Write a Christmas horror movie.
Jenna, I don't know if you know this, but my favorite subgenre, always a
Die Hard, absolutely.
Out there. My favorite subgenre is Christmas horror, and so my all-time favorite movie is Black Christmas 1974, which I've talked about a couple times.
So good.
Literally the most perfect film that has ever existed is that movie.
It's wonderful. It's top 10 for me, absolutely.
So good. And Krampus is really good. And I don't know if you've ever seen a movie called Better Watch Out.
Yes. Yep. I just saw that, I think maybe last year.
Yeah. It went to a film festival that I used to volunteer for in Miami a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, this is a good Christmas horror movie too.
Yeah. No, I thought it was very good. But yeah, if I'm going to pop on like, I think that Bill Murray is so hilarious that every time I put on Scrooged, I find myself just like rolling off the couch. I can't. He's amazing.
He should have done like a whole holiday series because he did Groundhog Day and Scrooge. Like, what if he just kept it going and did every holiday?
Just Bill Murray in like the new Easter movie. It's perfect.
Yes. Here's a Bill Murray and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, exactly.
So out of all of the stories that you wrote for Zenescope this year, what was your favorite?
I think my favorite was probably the Patchwork Girl. The first one I did for you guys. That was the one that I was like, it was creating this whole new character, and she was so creepy. And then I loved Dorothy kind of being this wonderful bright light of goodness and all of her pals. And it's like a story that obviously everyone kind of knows, The Wizard of Oz, but getting to play in that world and do something of my own with these cool characters, I think that was my favorite.
Yeah, Patchwork Girl. It's close. Patchwork Girl, Myth and Legends, Blood Pharaoh, I loved too.
Yeah, that
I
was
loved
fun.
all of your stories, as we all know. But
Thank
they're very
you.
close. Patchwork Girl is definitely like a top 5 story for me this year. Honestly, it's probably number 2. Number 1 has been Myth and Legends, Hercules. I love it. Joe wrote that story. I love that story. But Patchwork Girl was such a good villain.
Oh, I love her so much. I mean, she's terrible, but I love her. And her little patchwork bug that she has, her friend. Like, I love writing like little like animal sidekicks and whatnot. I'm a sucker for cute animals. So
Oh my God. You and Dave. Dave is obsessed with. Have you ever really read our Belle series before or no?
no, just bits and pieces.
So Belle has like a recurring, like there's a turtle for Belle's
Oh.
roommate that has, and the turtle's name is Hershey. And Dave loves turtles. And so
Yeah.
Hershey constantly makes, and actually somebody posted in our VIP group a cover that someone had done, a sketch cover, and they did like a really cute version of Belle reading a book. And then
Oh.
Hershey was there. I was like, oh,
Hershey the turtle.
Hershey
My
the
heart
turtle.
just exploded. My cold, dead heart just exploded.
So Jenna, is there anything else that's upcoming with us?
There is. I just started chatting with the editors yesterday, and like I don't have super specifics yet, but I feel like next year people are just going to get sick of me with all the work I throw at you guys. So yeah, a lot more stuff coming up.
Not true. Do you go to any conventions? Is there anywhere that people can see you?
Yeah, we had we had been going to a bunch the past couple years, and then obviously nothing last year and nothing this year. But conventions we tend to hit up like NYCC, Heroes Con, C2E2, anything usually on the East Coast. Though I would like to get to more West Coast shows, hopefully soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So quick surprise that I will be unveiling later at the show. I will be unveiling our entire convention schedule for 2022. So hopefully Jenna will be at one of the conventions because we always do panels at conventions, and I would love to have Jenna on one of our panels.
I would love to come. Absolutely.
As always, Jenna, I love having you on, and I get to be really excited because I'm going to have you on a lot apparently next year.
Oh, I can't wait. And just Chuck in the comments, my favorite holiday cover is the one with the airplane flight attendant.
The Say Cheese and Die one.
Nothing better than looking at skeletons and pretty ladies.
I'll talk to you later, Jenna.
All right. Bye, Amber.
Bye. Again, we are talking about our first release today, which is our 2021 holiday special. As I mentioned before, our holiday special is an anthology series. It features a few stories and a wraparound story, as Jenna mentioned. So you'll get an introduction, you'll get those few stories, and then it will all tie together. These holiday specials always feature a very popular character of ours, Krampus. And if you don't know the difference between our Krampus and other people's Krampuses, the legend ones, the less cool ones, actually all Krampuses are cool, make sure that you tune into our VCon this week, literally starting tomorrow. But Friday, we'll be doing a 101 Krampus panel. We'll dive into the differences between our Krampus character, how long he's been around, and how you guys get to see him every holiday. The second release that we have today is Myth and Legends Prophecy, and this is a heavy Mystere storyline. It is $8.99 in our web store. As always, here are all of our artists. This was written by Joe, and I have to have Joe on NCW again very, very soon. I'm sure I'll have him on before the end of the year, but this is cover A. Ooh. I love the tones in Mystere because, you know, all the voodoo and spirits happening in the background. So creepy, so cool. Like, look how you're able to distinct that, like, this is where the swamp area is and this is a spirit. And it's totally different, like a vibrant color. Really, really love it. Here is cover B. So creepy. This is going to be one of the many people Mystere has to fight in Myth and Legends Prophecy. And here is cover C. As always, drop in the comments which are your favorite, but I'm sure I always know that you guys love a good cover C. This was a fantastic story. So let me get to the synopsis right here. Mary Medina's powers over the dead have always been shrouded in mystery. Her secret identity as Mystere has tried to use them for good, even as evil forces have sought to corrupt her. With every new threat against her, she falls closer to the darkness, and when a new threat emerges, she'll have to uncover the secrets of her past to save her future. Don't miss this monumental 72-page story that is sure to upheave the very foundations of Mystere's life. So, in this storyline, I know that Mystere is a favorite for many of you guys. I personally also love a good Mystere storyline. This gives us a lot of backstory. We get a lot of new characters, and we will get, some ongoing discussion from the last storylines, which are Voodoo Dawn. Mystere had her storyline. Robin Hood also had her storyline. So if you haven't read those, or you want to hear a little bit more about the books, make sure that you go back to past NCWs, because I did talk about both of those releases that happened earlier this year. However, this is going to be Mystere coming finally back to New Orleans, and, it's not over. And I got to say that there might not be a happy ending in this one, and that's all I'll say. And you will see a character that you haven't seen in a while. So this is a really good read. If you've never read Mystere before, it gives you a lot of her backstory immediately. All you have to know is that she's a total badass and has very, very cool powers. But I think you guys will really enjoy this. I'm interested to know, though, what is your favorite Mystere storyline? See you guys in the comments. So make sure that you put that, because I still have a lot of reading that I have to do on Mystere. So if you drop in the comments what stories I got to read, I will hop on them. Again, we had 2 releases. We had our 2021 holiday special today, which is in our web store. Make sure that you check that out. As always, you can also get it on Comixology, as well as your local brick and mortar shop. On top of that, we also released Myth and Legends Prophecy, which is also $8.99 and is in our web store currently. We have 2 releases next week. Okay. Thank you, Pat. I have made a note to read this. Day of the Dead series was fun. I'm excited to read that too, because I'm a good sucker for a Day of the Dead series. Does anybody not like Coco? Like, I don't think I've ever met somebody who doesn't like Coco, but if you don't like Coco, I'd be interested to know why you don't like Coco. And I don't know if we can be friends after this. Nah, just kidding. Nah, maybe not. Okay, so again, drop your favorite Mystere storylines in the comments so I can see. But today we talked about our 2 latest releases. As I was saying, next week we also have 2 releases. We have Belle Kill Zone, and we have Robin Hood Hellfire. So you'll get 2 of our iconic Zenescope characters having storylines next week, which is super, super awesome. You'll have a really, really fun time with both of these storylines. Will we see Hershey? I don't know. Probably. We'll probably see Hershey. I haven't read these yet, but I know that they're fun, because Robin Hood, as always, is usually written by Joe, and he does a great job. And Belle is usually always written by Dave. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Okay, we're going to go into full recap mode. So tomorrow is the kickoff to our holiday VCon, and this is going to be our last virtual con of the year. We continue to get new people. Make sure that you share these links, share all of our stories, because we love getting to hang out with new people. So we'll be tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. We will be playing Van Helsing versus Krampus. I will not be playing, as I mentioned before. Casey will be playing, though. Noah will be playing. So you won't have to see me, because you'll get the much better people on that stream. Okay, on Friday from 1 to 5 p.m. will be the second part of our virtual con. The following Friday, we will be doing our last movie club of the season, which is Silent Night, Deadly Night, and our regular attendance. And we might have a special guest. Stay tuned. But you won't want to miss that, because we'll be unveiling our last movie club cover of 2021. And then in 2022, we'll be on to our next set of movies, and our first movie will be Resident Evil. So I love a good Resident Evil storyline, so I'm pretty excited for that. Also, our Advent holiday box is still on sale. It is in the web store. Make sure that if you want to count down Christmas and get some really cool stuff for yourself this holiday season, head to our web store. If you buy both boxes, there is a deal going on right now. So go to Zenescope.com and check it out. finally, I will be unveiling our 2022 convention schedule, which Casey is going to pop up here in a second. It's going to be small print, but I'd love to go through this with you guys. So our first event of the year will be Fan Expo Philly. That will be taking place in April. We've talked about our West Coast VIP event. That will be in Las Vegas. I hope you guys are all coming. We're going to be eating pineapple pizza. I'm not sad about it. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun, though. It's going to be just like a full day of hanging out with the team. As I mentioned, there will be some guests. Maybe there's an artist that you always wanted to meet that will be there. So keep that in mind. We'll be going to Motor City Comic-Con, MegaCon in Orlando, Phoenix Fan Fusion, Awesome Con, Fan Expo Denver, San Diego, C2, Emerald City, New York. And then we're going to be adding some fun horror shows to our lineup because we haven't been able to go. So hopefully we get into all of these, and this will be Monster Mania, Horror Hound Weekend, and CT Horror Fest. On top of that, our East Coast event is tentatively planned for the weekend of September 23rd, which will take place in Philadelphia. Brian, okay. What if we got pineapple and ham pizza? Like, just consider this. No, we're not going to be doing any Texas shows this year. I'm sorry, Chuck. If you want to hang out with Ralph, I'm sure you can hit him up at any time. He's down there, but no Texas shows. We have a small staff and it's hard to get to all the shows. I'll be traveling to all the shows. Jay will be at the shows. Noah will be at the shows. But Brian, okay, we can't have pineapple and ham pizza together. Like, what? Also, Ralph will be probably at a lot of the shows. He's definitely going to be at New York. He'll be at San Diego. He might be at C2. He might be at Emerald. He'll be at Motor City. We might see Dave for a couple of shows. We might see Joe for a couple of shows. But we'd really love to see you guys. And there's definitely going to be an incentive to go. As I mentioned before, and we say it on every stream, if you're a VIP and you come to any show, first of all, if you buy anything with us, that automatically gets you points towards other, goodies that you get as a VIP. On top of that, you will also always get a goodie bag from us. So you just come over to the booth and you say, hey, I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. And you'll always get a goodie bag. So you're going to want to come to the shows because maybe we'll be doing some fun stuff at the shows. And maybe you'll only be able to get some of the stuff at the shows as always. We'll still be having our virtual cons though, which I know that you guys will continue to look forward to. So it is hard to do as many conventions as we used to do, especially when we're doing so many virtual cons, because we want an opportunity to continue to serve you wonderful fans that have been very good to us during the pandemic, and you will continue to be our priority here. But we'd love to meet you in person too. So if you live in the area or you'll be traveling to any conventions or you'll be traveling to multiple conventions, make us know. Let us know. I'd like to hang out with you. I'd love to meet you. I get excited because I get to meet some cool fans at shows. Like I said, I met my boy Herb at a show. I met Rob at a show. I know I was looking actually through New York, customers to see how you guys were doing. And there was a lot of VIPs that came to the show that didn't say hi to me. And now I'll forever remember your names. Okay. I do not forget. So I hope to see everybody there. Okay. Again, I have had really long NCWs lately, and I apologize for that because I'm sure you guys have a lot to do on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. But as always, it has been NCW with Amber. I will see you tomorrow. We are Zenescope, where you come for the covers, but you stay for the stories. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.